I'm making a bold gamble and a bold prediction here, and I think you should too. I'm betting that housing prices in Ontario will explode again sometime in 2023 to 2024, and you should too. And the downturn in pricing we're experiencing right now, given that rates are coming up, is only temporary. Now, before I begin, you should never believe anything I tell you, because I'm a salesman, and yes, I make sales. I earn money, I earn a commission. So don't believe anything I tell you. But I'm wearing this shirt on purpose because I believe cash flow is king. And more importantly, I believe in return on lifestyle. That means I have my own portfolio. So I'm gonna take my own advice here. It's your choice whether you want to join me or not. I've been successful over the past 12 years investing, and I've created a fantastic lifestyle for myself and my family and a lot of people around me on my team. And this kind of research that we do generally comes true. And it doesn't always happen exactly the way we expect it, but these trends are pretty hard not to see and react upon. Let me explain to you what I mean. Let me make this smaller here. So let's take a look at this chart. This is Ontario housing completions. The blue is actual, and this brown color is required. What does this mean? This comes from CMHC, by the way. I didn't make this up, okay? What they're saying is since 1990, Ontario in general has completed, on an annual basis, we build somewhere between 30 and 70,000, 80,000 new homes every single year, okay? And we haven't even touched 100,000 since 1990. And in order to build enough homes to meet all the demand from immigration that's slated to happen in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, we need to build up to 600,000 homes in 2030, and we've never built more than 100,000. You know, they're expecting us to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10x our output in the next 8 years just to meet the demand, meet it, okay? That's crazy. That is never going to happen, okay? That is an easy bet to take. But what are the repercussions of that? So we all know the Fed's annual immigration target for the next little while is over 400,000 people for a year, okay? And that's not even counting foreign students. I'm not even gonna go there because it might confuse you, but that's gonna put even more pressure. But let's stick to what we know and the data they've published themselves and you can research. Over 400,000 people a year is their target this year and beyond, 2022 and beyond. Okay, but somebody in the immigration department in Ottawa forgot that these people need to live somewhere. Like, if you're coming to a new country, the first thing you need is a place to live. You need shelter, a roof over your head, right? You're not going to live in the rain. So, and for the last decade or more, nobody has done anything to make building new homes easier in Ontario. In fact, they've made it harder and more expensive. Okay, the government has introduced things like HST, inclusionary housing, inclusionary zoning is coming in the city of Toronto, which is going to make things even more expensive. And generally, every time the cities or any government body gets involved in development, they've made it more expensive, or it takes longer to get new housing from beginning to end, from land acquisition to develop and sold out the door. Okay, and everybody thinks developers are greedy, but me being a small to medium-sized developer now, we're not. We're just trying to make a business here, and this is a difficult business. It takes a lot of money and there's risk, and the people who are getting paid the most is the government. So without going off on a tangent, we need to stick to the facts here and realize why developers are still betting on land and still think we're going to do really well, and this is why. Okay, while the government's focused on pumping up immigration, they forgot to plan to build enough homes to support the population increase. CMHC is telling you this. This is from Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation. Increasing the number of permanent immigrants beyond the expected trends mean that more housing will need to be built to accommodate them. This also presents challenges for the timing of bringing those dwellings, whether to own or to rent, to market. Whereas increasing immigrant numbers can be done quickly, the time it takes to approve and build new housing takes years. Yes, For a huge project, it could take 7 to 10 years. From planning, the first day I close on the land today to the last unit's complete and someone moves in, 7 to 10 years. Our project, small, the biggest one we did, 18 townhouse build, took 3.5. That's like super speed. It should have taken 2. So these guys need to cut it in half realistically to get anywhere close to even meeting 50% of the demand. Never mind 100%, but that's another story. Okay? I'm not here to comment on whether immigration at this level is right or wrong. That's not why we're here. It's going to happen regardless. So we need to plan for it. And if you're an investor, if you want to be a sophisticated investor, we can profit from this trend. There's nothing wrong with that. We know they're going to make these decisions, and we need to invest our money in real estate in order to capture this demand. Okay? In my view, CMHC is telling you that this policy is going to drive up prices in the long term. There's an enormous opportunity in the short term to scoop up quality rental pricing, create cash flow, and build a portfolio that explodes in value. And all this demand must be accounted for. We're in a weird time right now where rates are increasing and people are confused, and you should be, okay? Because this is unprecedented. It's natural. Pat yourself on the back. You're a human being. Don't worry about it, okay? But while prices are low right now and we can make deals and we're not competing with 27 offers and 10 offers and 16 offers and overbidding by 100,000, it's an opportunity for you to scoop up good real estate and cash flow and do well when the next bull run comes back, okay? Because real estate does trend up and down, okay? In Canada, we tend to have these wiggly periods where things, peak, kind of correct, and then continue on their upturn. You've seen it in 2017 and multiple times since, okay? Now, in the short term, in the long term, if you acquire a good cash flowing property now, yes, you're going to pay a slightly higher in payments with the interest rate, but you're going to earn more income because rents are through the roof at the moment, and we believe rates are going to eventually come down, sending your price up. So it's actually the perfect storm, okay? Now, we could see further price declines in the next 3, 6, 9 months, 12 months, even 18 months if it takes that long for this interest rate cycle to complete itself. Okay, but that's a natural part of the market. It has to happen in order to recorrect itself. And the government, like they do anything, they have an elastic band method. They overshoot everything. They overshoot when rates come down, and they're going to overshoot when they come up, and it'll fix and correct itself and come back to normal. Okay. Long-term high interest rates are unsustainable given the amount of debt us Canadians are holding, personal debt on average, of course. And even worse, the amount of debt that the Canadian government is holding. It is astronomically high. It's not sustainable on an economic level, okay? So in the short term, instead of getting 8 to 10 or 12% a year appreciation, which we don't plan for, but it's nice to have, if we got 4 to 5% appreciation with still our cash flow and we're able to buy properties lower than we did last year and the year before, there's nothing wrong with that. We've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time, and I suggest you take advantage of it. If you want to know how to do this, reach out to me, drop a comment, shoot me an email. I'll leave our contact information in the comments. We'll get you into a class. We'll get you into a one-on-one session with myself or one of our coaches. This is what we do, people. Okay? We coach, we advise, and we help our clients build portfolios and invest in different types of real estate and that make them money. Not only make them money, but the money has a positive effect on their lifestyle. Cash flow is king, folks, but the only thing more important than cash flow is your lifestyle. We have to use that cash flow to make your life better, and that's what it's all about. That's why I want you to reach out to me, okay? Talk soon. I'll look forward to your email or contact.